Well, Fiona's been on with her fiberglassing again. Look, she can't see us. This is the window tint. We've uncovered this window now. And it don't squeak anymore. We had to adjust the tension on the screws all the way around. Where have you gone, lover? Ah, sunset. Leave the cat flap open, shall I? Is it sticky out? Is it sticky out there?
It's dry, but it's still setting.
Oh, I don't want to get any paws in it. So how's progress today, Fiona? It's been a lovely day, isn't it?
Yeah, it has actually. Really great weather. I'm just not in the mood for it, but I've been pressing on. It's quite difficult working on this narrow side, but managed to do it.
I noticed you scraped all the window tint off.
Off that one. I've still got this, believe it or not, that's got window tint on it. It's completely see-through.
Yeah, it's completely faded away.
Yeah, I've got to wait
clear.
for this to set and then sanding tomorrow.
Very good. So what are you going to do the roof next once you finish the side? Let's have a look at that. Ooh, look at the sexy windows.
Yeah, I'll probably do this roof.
Right, so you want the antennas moved upstairs?
Yeah, I'll move them tomorrow.
Once the
probably.
top
I don't
roof.
know. I'd better go into Jib and sign this thing because I've bucket time to do the form. Quite frankly, I've been fantasising about strangling useless police officers and cowardly, lily-livered journalists. More angry with these people who are supposed to do their job. And when they don't tell people what's really happened, I'm thinking, what about all the royal correspondence? Is there a lot of stuff they're just not mentioning that
Of course
happened?
there is, yeah.
So they've been lying to us for years.
And journalists can't get up Downing Street unless you've got the proper access, you know?
Meaning
Passes.
you learn to keep your mouth shut when you're told to keep your mouth shut.
Yeah.
That's basically how you get a press pass, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm livid. And I'm getting angrier by the day, and it's not actually any troll. These poor simple-minded, half-witted morons that go out there doing that, they're doing that because the people who run the system don't seem to give a crap. Police don't seem to want to keep law and order. Journalists don't seem to want to report the news. There's going to be a breakdown.
Oh, yeah.
No,
yeah.
I'm sorry. There's going to be a breakdown in the whole fabric of society. People out there identifying as a cat. Yeah? Some people think they're a cat, do they? I mean, this is all new to me. I'm not really interested. I don't follow shit, but apparently there's quite a lot of them now. What's wrong with them? They need a punch on the beak, I'm sorry, or to be told you're an idiot. You're a fool. You're making a fool of yourself.
Well, that's what happened in the old days, you know.
I think it might have been the start of the fall of the Roman Empire, wasn't it? Weren't they up to everything? All sorts there. They thought anything goes. Isn't that the beginning of the end? God almighty.
Sodom and Gomorrah, you know what happened to them?
Well, I do begin to think everything is upside down, back to front. Black is white, white is black. And yeah, it will break down. Society, do you know, Margaret Thatcher, the one thing she was really painfully aware of, which might surprise you, is she knew that society is always teetering on the verge of anarchy. That the people in charge have got to be aware of that. Don't
step over the line.
Don't take the piss too far,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
learn to take the piss a bit. And she kind of had it fine-tuned. I mean, as you saw, there were riots, there was all sorts going on. But I mean, and I suppose Winston knew and understood the same thing. I'm not sure these twats that are in charge at the moment actually know. And I have told you for years, I see it coming. A Marie Antoinette moment. When the citizens have had enough. Look at the King of Spain. I never thought I'd see the day. People calling him a conyo and throwing mud at him. Ooh, dodgy. There, but for the grace of God, go you, Charles.
It wasn't really his fault, I don't think.
No, it's
but
not
the
his
people
fault.
were genuinely angry and upset. And they've got every right to be angry and upset. But I don't think they should have thrown mud at him because it's not his fault.
Well, I've been warning about it. You know, it's like banks take the piss. Remember when the banks used to take
Oh,
the piss
yeah,
all the
yeah,
time?
yeah.
And I said it's only a matter of time before citizens start dragging bank managers out and like beheading them in the street or kicking the fuck out of them. And I think that did actually
They've
happen.
closed all the banks down.
Wonder why. Much more difficult to do if it's an online banking, isn't it? Much more difficult. The banks don't seem to take the piss. They went through a right phase, didn't they?
Yeah.
2008, they really took the piss. They were on corporate welfare, weren't they? They were on the dole. Because as I recall, Gordon Brown said, "We are the banks." Are we? I didn't know I was a fucking bank. Piss
No,
take.
you were a victim of the bank,
Yeah, that's right, victim of the bank. Yes, I remember that.
which makes you part of the bank. So you
Yeah,
sort
I mean,
of...
if you're going to have people identifying as carrots and cats and stuff, behaving like that, it is. And it's not just the odd one.
You
There's
should
a lot of
identify as a policewoman and go around arresting them all.
It won't be long, will it, before vigilantes, you know, and that's a very dangerous thing.
Yeah, but they're not funded, you see. Your vigilantes are all volunteers. Oh, I think
It's not quite set yet, you see.
I shouldn't be standing on this. So.
It's like,
To
please
snap
don't,
myself.
please stop filming
I'm trying
that.
to stand
Stop
on
it.
the edge. Vigilantes aren't paid, so I mean they'll go around being vigilantes for a while, then they get pissed off and go away.
I was
won't
watching that Death Wish, you know, Charles Bronson.
Bronson, yeah, I remember that.
That was really good, actually. The first one was really good. I really enjoyed watching him killing all these people and kicking the fuck out of them.
The sequels were a bit lame, though, weren't they?
Yeah, they were a bit. But I mean, it's coming, isn't it? But they're very, very polite here normally in Spain. That's very unusual for them to get that angry and throw mud at the king.
I've never seen it before. Anything like it.
I honestly think Charles needs to do something with Harry because, you know, it won't be long. Only takes a little bit. Once it starts, you know, that will be the end of the monarchy. Take the piss too much, Charles. Sort your boy out.
Oh, I found out something today. I found out that the Duchy of Cornwall owns Dartmoor Prison,
Right.
or the land it's on, and they charge the government millions.
I don't care.
So the taxpayer is paying for the prison, and then the king's like siphoning off
I don't care.
a lot of that.
I don't care. What I care about is why a sugar is messaging Diane Durham and saying Ian Sexton says pack it in. That's interesting, isn't it? Is that a connection to Meghan and Harry? I don't care about the king. I don't care about the Duchy of Cornwall. I'm not interested in any of that. That is not a scandal. Journalists should be looking at this story.
They should. And they're not even looking at it, are they?
don't
There was
care,
only
do they?
one newspaper reported it yesterday,
Yeah, I know.
and that was the Yorkshire Evening Post.
I know. God bless the Yorkshire Evening
What happened to the
Post.
Daily Mail?
They were all there in court. Told not to say a word.
The
Isn't that a
cat
little
got
suspicious?
their tongue.
Yes, cat got their tongue indeed. Thank God for YouTube. Thank God for TikTok. And they are losing control. Because as citizens, we're not stupid and we shouldn't be treated like that. Those days are over. They're over. Controlling the press, controlling the police. Fuck off.
You're not allowed to make notes.
Can you see it all right?
That's
in the dark?
looking good, Fiona. Well, I can see it as good as I can in the dark.
It's come up all right. I'm quite pleased with those higher up windows.
Yeah. Yeah, you've been doing the Wheelhouse today, so I'll just zoom in a bit. That window, the front one there in the middle. Not the back one so much. Although, yeah, she has done the back one as well.
Yeah, I've done that one.
Alright, I'll come over there. Hang on a sec. Don't want to fall in the water. Just watched Trevor on a live. We've got Duchess of Narcissus later. She'll be doing a live, so we'll have to watch that.
Yeah, you see what threw me was I never realised that window leaked. The front corner of it. Well, that'll never
It
leak
was all
again.
running down the wall. I suppose
Yeah,
that didn't
yeah.
help, did it, at all?
See, I sort of dismissed those windows on the sides. I thought I'll do them later. I don't think they leak. But that one doesn't. That one never has. And the other side I don't think leaked. But so that sort of threw me a curveball that I had to get on with that. And I really wanted to get on with other things.
Is it dry now, or is your coat sticking to the...
Oh, it'll be tacky till the morning, that. Because it's got paint in it, you see, it takes a little bit longer to cure.
Okay. So what's your feelings on the American election?
I have no idea. Oh, well, yeah, I mean, actually, I want Gary Gensler fired. And I think that my best chance for that is if Donald Trump wins. That's not to say, you know, I don't know anything about what Donald stands for. I don't know anything about what Kamala stands for. I really have no idea. The only thing I do know, and they've both said they're going to fire Gary Gensler. They have both said that. But Kamala's been in power as VP for 4 years and she hasn't fired him. I think it was the Dems put him there in the first place.
I think it was a lie. She's got no intention of firing him.
I don't trust her to fire him, whereas Donald Trump has said if he wins, he's going to fire Gary Gensler. Because
Gary!
The crypto
You're
industry
fired!
Oh, yeah, because he used to do that, didn't he? You're fired!
Yeah.
Yeah.
My cryptos will go up if Gary gets fired.
Well, that's what I'm hoping. Because at the moment, Gary's been protecting all of us little people for our own good. He doesn't want us to make any money at crypto. Please don't fall in, Graham. I'm so worried you're going to
I'm not going to fall in.
take a step the wrong way. Yeah, I mean, it's all money laundering. It's all fraudsters. It's all this. Oh, well, you'd best put your foot on the neck of crypto then, Gensler, hadn't you? And prevent us all from making any money. For God's sake. So, yeah, that'd be a good result to see Gary Gensler go. I think everybody wants Gary Gensler fired. Even the majority of Democrats want to see him go now. Everyone thinks he's a dickhead. He's got to go.
So why won't Kamala fire him? It's a good measure, you know.
God, I mean, why doesn't
It's a
she
gesture
fire him?
of goodwill before the election.
Yeah, fire him now. Fire him now.
It's too late now. She's lied. I don't reckon she's going to fire him at all.
I don't know anything about it though. I really don't. And I don't have a horse in the race. So we'll wait and see. I suppose we'll find out tomorrow morning. I'll tell you one thing about it.
It takes days. It takes probably a week to find out, doesn't it, in America?
Well, I told you there was a pundit who said, whichever way Florida goes, you watch for the Florida result, and that'll be the one that wins. And I watched several presidential elections from that point of view, and the one that Florida went for, that is the way that the whole election
Really?
went. Yeah, except I think maybe last time it didn't. I don't know. And Florida, I think they get the votes in quite early, so I'll be interested to see that. But I haven't got any money on either of them. It's a 2-horse race, isn't it? The odds wouldn't be that good, would they? No, I've no idea. I'm just... my mind is on other things at the moment.
Oh, no, yeah.
And the boat. Mostly the boat.